My name is Aljamain, the Funk Master Sterling. I currently fight for the UFC. I'm ranked number 5 in the world, and I train at Team Cerro Longo. Someone said, like, oh, you're a very funky wrestler. You have a style where people shoot on me in wrestling and in high school and college, and it's just hard for people to take me down because I create all these weird situations and these weird scramble positions. And we had a name already, and we was looking around and we were trying to figure out a nickname, and it was kind of one of those things where Ben Askren had Ben Funky Askren. I kind of mimicked my style of wrestling from him, so for me to kind of take his nickname was kind of weird. So I was like, you know what, let's kind of change it up a little bit, and I was like, you know what, Funk sounds weird, so let's just go with the Funk Master. And people loved it, and it's been sticking with me ever since. I watched a few MMA fights when I was younger. I didn't particularly know anything about it. I just saw a couple guys in the octagon fighting, and I thought it was one of the coolest things ever. Just for the fact that it was so pure, and guys were trying to test each other to see who was the toughest guy at the weight class on that very night. So I thought it was something cool. I never really thought much of it until I got to college and I started training. I met a guy named John Jones, and I've been training ever since. Wrestling has been huge to my transition into MMA. I just think the mental aspect of wrestling translated very, very well into MMA. Just being mentally tough all the time, being prepared for every single situation that you could possibly think of. MMA, you have kickboxing, Muay Thai, boxing, all different kinds of arts, where wrestling was more so one art, but it just taught you about the mental grind, how to be physically tough and mentally fit for battle. I think overall my striking and my wrestling have evolved very, very well from the beginning of when I first started my career. As of right now, I think not a lot of people know about my striking ability, so people question it, but in my opinion, I think my striking is right there with my wrestling, and I think a lot of people are going to be very, very excited come December 10th when I show what I'm fully capable of. Johnny Eduardo is a very tough opponent. He's a very seasoned veteran. I think he's had over 30 MMA fights, and not included his Muay Thai fights that he has, so he has a very, very diverse background when it comes to competition. He's a lot older. I think he's about 37 years old, so I think time is on my side, and I think he's a very, very tough opponent. The only thing different is I think I bring a different style to the game, and I think he's just not going to be prepared for the pressure and the pace that I put on him. And December 10th, I will break that guy, and I will show people why I'm the next title contender and why I will be the next belt holder in this division. I had a hit list, per se. I had Brian Caraway, I had Uriah Faber, I had Johnny Eduardo, I had Michael McDonald, and I want to say there was somebody else. So I pretty much called out everybody at that point because I was so frustrated not getting in a fight. At that point, I just wanted to fight anybody, and this is one of the guys that I wanted. I thought it was a perfect stylistic matchup for me, and I think it's a tough test to see where I'm at when it comes to my stand-up. You go from wrestling where you're competing week after week, tournament after tournament, and then you go and you fight once every 6 months. It's kind of frustrating where now this is what I do for a living. So I need to make ends meet just like everybody else, so this is my full-time job. So I have to make sure I'm competing on a more of a regular schedule, even if it's 3 or 4 times a year. I actually fought at 45 before, and when I was in Australia and my fight fell through, I actually hit Sean Shelby up, and I went and I took to Twitter and I said, I'll fight Mark Adiva, I think his name, or Delator. I called those guys out. I think one of the opponents got hurt, and I was like, I don't have a fight, they don't have a fight, I'm the next guy in line. I'll take the fight and go up to 145. These guys are relatively unknown, just like I was at the time. So I was like, it makes perfect sense. And I just want to compete, and I'm pretty sure those guys want to compete as well. So it's one of those things where the fight makes sense, and it's a fight that I feel I can win. I'm gonna go up and I'll do it. Coming from a well-known camp has been huge for me. I just know that people believe in what my coaches are doing, and I get to see what my coaches are doing. We have one of the world's champions here, Chris Weidman, undefeated, and he came from pretty much the beginning, the bottom up, all the way up to becoming a world champion under the tutelage of Ray Longo and Matt Serra. So just being under these guys' guidances really make me feel like I'm in the right place at the right time for my career, and this is I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing exactly what the coaches are doing for Chris Weidman and Ally Quinta, and I know I'm on the right track. If I stay the course, good things are going to happen for me as well. I'm very excited for MMA to come to New York. I'm just hoping that this year coming up that we can actually get it done and get it to the assembly. So there's just no reason why professional athletes at our level should not be able to compete in front of our hometown and our friends and family. Any other professional athlete, I think that's the main goal. That's what they dream of when they come home, perform in front of everybody, basketball, football, ice hockey, things like that, soccer. And I think it'll be a dream come true to actually be able to perform at the Garden or Nassau Coliseum, anywhere of those are venues. I think it'd be something historic, and I can't wait for that ban to be lifted so we can get out here and get to compete in front of our friends and family. I want to thank my sponsors, Nutrition Supplements. And if you guys want to support me, you can find me on aljamainsterling.com. You guys can buy a shirt, The Human Anaconda or Funk University. And stay tuned, December 10th, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to wreck this guy.